Wow, wow, wow. If you're going to say, Michelle, you look tired and puffy, that's because I am tired and I am puffy. Why? Because I've been up most of the night. Why? Because Tilly woke me up. She wanted a poo at 1 a.m. and I just happened to check Twitter, and lo and behold, 9-year-old Charlotte Sena had been found. So I stayed up, streamed the press conference over on my other channel, Michelle Walks. If you're not subscribed to Michelle Walks, it's my second channel. I do lots of stuff over there that people don't realise I do. So we did a complex live stream yesterday afternoon, my time, going through a theory that I had, and I'm going to be very interested to see how close I was to getting it right. But Charlotte was found alive. So if you want to see the press conference and then a post-press conference discussion, then go over to Michelle Walks. Subscribe while you are over there. But it was amazing, amazing news. Amazing news. I said right at the beginning of this case that it reminds me in no small part of that of little Cleo Smith, who was abducted from a tent on a campground in Western Australia. And it took them, what was it, 2 weeks? I can't remember now. It's 2 years ago. And these were the pictures of her rescue. And those were the guys that found a tactical team, hunted down Terence Kelly through good old-fashioned but modern police work. Old-fashioned, modern police work through surveillance video. It still reminds me so much of Cleo's case. But how did they catch this guy? For those of you who are waking up, maybe you're in the UK and you slept all night, you're just not caught up with all the furore that went on, then let me summarise how Charlotte was found. At 4:20 a.m, so they must have this car on a camera to know the time, unless someone saw him, I guess. Police found a lead because at 4:20 a.m. yesterday, a car pulled up at the family's home, and the family weren't there. The family, I assume, was still at the campsite, and dropped off a ransom note. But this absolute clown, 46-year-old Craig Ross Jr., you know, some criminals are so dumb, and it's really pleasing, and the police must just go, oh my God, you absolute muppet, you muppet, because there was a fingerprint on it. There was a couple of fingerprint marks on it. You know, he's kind of probably held it like that, you know. And they ran fingerprints and found a match around 2:30 p.m. local time for a driving while intoxicated offence from 1999. This guy was not a registered SO, like people were saying, because the original reports, and WFLA reported on it, and you know, JB Buno is very careful about information that he puts out, but the first reports was that he had an SA history, he was an SO, and he was 51. I think people were confusing him with Charles Ross. This is Charles Ross in court on the 29th of September. This is Craig Ross's older brother. And he was in court on September 29th for stalking girls and taking pictures. But his brother, Craig Ross Jr., I've got a picture of him, but I'm not going to post it because it's unconfirmed. I'm going to wait for the mugshot because I don't want to put anybody on blast who isn't the right person. Because believe it or not, there's quite a few Craig Rosses in the world. Did you know that? Well, you do know. The details that came out initially, I believe, were for Charles Ross, but they had to go back to 1999. This guy just thought he was living his life, probably forgot all about the fact that he was fingerprinted in 1999. What a clown. The police identified a double-wide trailer on a property in Milton. So this is 29 minutes or thereabouts, or around just under 20 miles, about 18 miles I think. Milton, it's a straight run from Moreau State Park, from Old Saratoga Road, where the park entrance is. I believe that she was abducted through the trees, because Old Saratoga Road, just a bit past the park entrance, it runs parallel with a section of Lupe. And if you saw my live stream from yesterday, you'll know that it's less than 40 yards from Old Saratoga Road to the Lupe. So I think that's what happened. I think that's how the abduction occurred. But it was Barrett Road. So there's this double-wide trailer and then another camper behind it. The double-wide trailer is lived in by Craig and Charlie Ross's mother, who probably knows nothing about what's going on. And Charlotte was found in a cabinet or a cupboard, like hiding, after deputies made a tactical entry. So a SWAT team. Wouldn't you just love to have been part of that SWAT team? They did report he was 47 rather than 46, but who's to a year? Let's read this article. Charlotte Sena found in a cabinet in a camper van owned by her abductor, Craig Ross Jr., 47. She was found in good physical condition. She's been reunited with her family. She is obviously going to need a lot of therapy and help and support, but at least she's alive. You know, little Cleo Smith still remembers, still has problems, but she's alive and she'll live the rest of her life. But in relation to Charlotte's rescue, 2 SWAT teams, 1 state and 1 federal, swooped on the property in helicopters. Can you imagine what that looked like? With Ross putting up somewhat of a struggle because he's an absolute clown. Did you think he was going to get away from 2 SWAT teams? What a clown. What a numpty. You're a numpty. This is what I'm doodling. This is why I keep looking to the side. I'm doodling stars. I don't know why. I've got another page here. Doodling stars. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a bit stir crazy. I'm a bit manic, I think. Anyway, not a registered SO, but did not reveal a motive at the presser. At the time of the press conference, which was 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 a.m. my time, and she was late starting. So yeah, she went to hospital and she's been reunited with her family, and that's the property there. That'll be the camper. I did have the address, but I didn't put it out last night, but it's now in the Mail Online, so I can now say that it's 2133 Barrett Road. Not a trailer park or anything like that. It's a private residence. There's a video here from her family. Oh, it's not a video. But there's members of her extended family. Oh, there we go, there's a video. Oh, it's from the Today Show. They'll copyright claim. And this family are reunited. She's got an older sister who's 10 and a younger sister who's now 4. So that's an older picture of the family. And they have been through hell. They have been through absolute hell. There's one more thing I want to show you. This is from my comment section. So this is Lacey from my comment section. And obviously I can't confirm this, but I just thought it was interesting. I'm from the immediate area where Charlotte went missing. I know someone who was on the search team. I have details that make me believe this was a planned abduction and that Charlotte and her family knew her abductor personally. That's as much as I can say, as this is an active investigation, but we should keep this in mind. Definitely keeping it in mind. I do think it was planned. I do. I think someone was out there hunting. Whether they were hunting for a child or whether they were hunting for Charlotte specifically, it's terrifying. Whichever it is, it's terrifying. But if this was targeted against Charlotte specifically, against her family, that's just the epitome of terrifying. But that's going to come out. This Craig Ross is, yeah, he's going to have the thumb screws put on him. He'd have literal thumb screws on him if I was in charge of his interrogation. Just saying. All right, that's as much as we know. That's all we know. So what time is it? It's currently 10:05 a.m, so it's going to be like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm guessing that the search teams are sleeping and the cops are sleeping for probably the first time since Saturday. So I think news will start coming out later today. Hopefully we get a mugshot. You know, this guy is going to be properly arrested and processed, mugshotted and everything. And that should be released maybe later today. Let's get eyes on this guy and let's follow him through the justice system. Hopefully he does the decent thing and pleads guilty, but at least he's taken off the streets so Charlotte can begin to heal, her family can begin to heal, and they can sleep safely in their beds. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you for right now. As soon as any further details comes out, I will release it. Whether it be a YouTube short that people don't seem to watch, but I do YouTube shorts sometimes. Whether it'll be on this channel or over on Michelle Walks. If it's live, if I go live, it'll be over on Michelle Walks. Definitely, because I've got no streaming hours left because I'm a tightwad and I don't pay for the premium version of StreamYard. I just have 2 accounts that I switch between. But my streaming hours renew on the 5th of October, so I can stream again on this channel if I need to. Alright guys, I'm waffling now and drawing more stars. I shall see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day until I see you again.